I welcome you all on behalf of Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation. Welcome to you for the online education of English medium. Today's topic and subject, it will be more interesting and more fun loving. So this is Umarani Naidu from Maniklal Mehta, Mumbai Public School. Good morning, my dear students. I hope you all are doing great. Before starting a session, I would like to tell one thought of the day. Yeah, what is the thought? Dreams don't work unless you do. That means just not only seeing your dream is not enough. You have to work on it. So dreams don't work unless you do. So start working on your dreams. Set your dreams and start doing for it. So let's move ahead. So today we are going to learn a subject, fun subject, favorite subject, that is maths. Now let us recall the previous knowledge. Till now of this same lesson, banks and simple interest, we have gone through the lesson, the revision. So today we are going to take a glance on whatever we have learned in this lesson. Bank. So we have already understood, we have gone through the term bank. What is bank? So let's revise once again. Bank, a financial organization. What do you mean by finance? Finance, it relates to money. All the terms, all the concepts regarding the money, it comes under finance. So finance relates to money. So what is bank? A government recognized organization that carries out transactions of money. So wherever you can see the financial organization where transactions of money are carried out, so that particular organization is called as bank, and this already we have learned. Next, so amount can be either be withdrawn or deposited in the bank. We all know very well what are the uses of the bank, what we can do in the bank. So either we can withdraw the amount or either we can deposit the amount, the money in the bank. Now let's see bank accounts. So what just I told you, you can either withdraw or you can deposit money. But can anyone do this? What is the criteria for that? For using this bank services, first we have to open an account in a bank. So this is very important, my dear students. Opening account is very important. As we go to the school, first we have to take the admission in that school and then only we can go to the school. In the same way, using any bank services of that particular bank, first of all, we have to open the bank account. We have learned this. Next, now, before getting admission in school, we need some documents. In the same way, to open a bank account, we need some documents. So what are those documents? Proof of residence. Yes, address proof you require. For address proof, what documents you can submit it to the bank? That is ration card, electricity bill, telephone bill. So these all documents can be considered as your proof of address, proof of residence, that where you are residing, what is a particular area, particular address that where you're residing, the bank wants to know. Next is bank wants to know your identity, your proof of identity. So for proof of identity, which documents you can submit to the bank? Aadhaar card. We all know very well about Aadhaar card. It has 12 numbers in Aadhaar card. So as a proof of identity, you can submit Aadhaar card. If you are above 18 years old, we can submit voter card, PAN card. PAN means permanent account number. So yeah, if this card we have one particular PAN card number, we have particular number. It is a meaningful form is that permanent account number. And also when you are opening a bank account, um, the bank wants the reference from another customer who is an already account holder of that bank. So they want the reference. Next, so these are the documents that we require to open a bank account. Now let's see, let's move ahead. What is the next one? Type of bank account. Yes. Now, when we are opening bank account, first we should know what are the types of bank accounts before opening it. What type of account I want to open. Saving account, as we have learned, saving account, induces the habit of saving money. It is very important in the view of saving money. We save our money. So saving account is very, very useful, and account holder can deposit money in the saving account as when money is available. And also he or she also we can withdraw or take out some money from the account occasionally if we need it, not frequently, but occasionally we can take the amount, take the money from the account. Now, current account. This is another kind of bank account. It's called as current account. What do you mean by current account? Money can be withdrawn from it any number of times. Just listen carefully that here in saving account, we can remove money occasionally. We can withdraw the money occasionally. But here in current account, we can withdraw money number of times, any number of times. And here the difference between saving account and current account is that in saving account we get good amount of interest, and in current account we don't get that much. And it is used for uh, business purposes and transactions. What is the next one? Fixed deposit account. As we have learned, fixed amount for longer period, we can deposit the same amount in the fixed deposit account. And next is recurring deposit account, RFD. Next, once we open the account in the bank, what facilities are provided by the bank? What facilities do we get as an account holder? What are the functions the bank gives us? What facilities we can enjoy that bank can give us? What are those? Yes, bank gives us passbook. As I told you in the last session also, passbook, they give us one passbook in that all the transactions are described. The money you have withdrawn, the money you have deposited, the credit, the debit amount, everything it's described, everything it's mentioned in passbook, and it is always with the account holder. Next, checkbook is given to the account holder. So what is checkbook? So whenever the amount you can withdraw or you can deposit, you can use the check. In check, everything is mentioned, particular the IFSC code of that bank. It's 11-digit number. As I told you, it contains alphabets also. It contains numbers, and also it has MICR number. So IFSC code, MICR, these all are related to the to identify the bank name, the branch name, so that RBI can easily identify that this check is from which bank. So checkbook, this is provided by the bank. Next is ATM card. Bank uses one card, that is ATM. ATM means it's a full form is automated teller machine. So in this the bank gives us a card and it has some pin code they give us, and that we have to keep it very confidential. We should not leak that number to anyone. So this is the ATM card, and we can withdraw the money from the bank, from the ATM machines, without approaching to the bank. Also, you can just withdraw the money from the ATM machine, but it has some limitations for per transactions and per day according to your account, according to your savings, according to the balance of your in your account. And also it gives some benefits that 5 transactions means if you're if you're withdrawing the money from the same ATM of the same bank, 5 transactions are free, and other than that 3 transactions are free. So this is a use of ATM card that bank gives us. Debit card. Yes, debit and credit card are also given from the banks, so that we can use it for multi-purposes, like paying electricity bills at the petrol pumps, at grocery shops, at malls. You can use this card so that you can do the cashless payments at wherever you go, and it's very convenient for you. So these are the facilities provided by the bank. And also here comes mobile banking. As I told you, if you are having smartphone, you can use this mobile banking. Every bank has its own app. So through that app, you can use the mobile banking facility given by the bank. So app is required for mobile banking. SMS banking. SMS banking is also a very good functions, good facilities provided by the bank for what it is. So all the time, SMS means short message service, means messages, alert messages are provided to the account holder whenever there is withdrawal, the deposit of the money, or any alert messages are given to the account holder. Next is internet banking. Difference between mobile banking and internet banking is that for mobile banking, we need the app of that particular bank, and internet banking, we don't need the app of that given bank. And also money exchange can also be done in the bank. If you're having the foreign currencies, you can go to, approach to your bank, and you can enjoy this facility of exchange of money. See, these are the banking products. Many banking facilities are there, just like mortgage, exchange, deposit of money, everything just now as I have mentioned. Now let's move that what we have to learn today, that is extra amount is interest. Means what is the term? What do you mean by interest? See here, in bank, as I told you, either you can deposit money in the bank, or you can withdraw money from the bank. If you are depositing money in your bank gives you some extra amount. As you have deposited the money in the bank, that is the extra amount. The profit you are going to get is called as interest in mathematics. And here, when we take as a loan, the money we take as a loan, we borrow the money from the bank charges some extra amount, the money you have loaned. So the charges, the extra charges, whatever it is applied for your amount for the use of money loan to you, such amount is called as interest. Now terms related to banking. Now what are the terms that we should know related to the banking? First is principal. What do you mean by principal? The money deposited in the bank. Just, my dear students, just try to understand what is principal. Means the money you have deposited in the bank, or money lent by bank to the borrower. Means either you are depositing money, or the money you are taking from the bank, you are a borrower. Both the money is called as principal. Next, interest. What is the meaning of interest in mathematics? According related to the banking terms, what do you mean by interest? Extra amount that is charged for borrowed or deposited money is called as interest. So here interest means what? The amount that is charged, extra amount. Either you have deposited, or you have taken, you have withdrawn, you have borrowed, or you have taken as a loan. So whatever you have taken or whatever you have deposited the money, for that particular money, some extra amount is charged while repaying it. And that extra amount is called as interest. An extra amount paid along with borrowed or deposited amount is called as interest. Now, what do you mean by rate of interest? In the last session, we saw what is the meaning of rate of interest. Interest, I know. But what is the meaning of rate? What is the rate of interest? Interest on every 100 rupees in a year means interest calculated per 100 rupees. So they are going to calculate the interest, but it is according to what? On every 100 rupees in a year. Means for 1 year, for per 100 rupees, the interest, whatever it is charged, it is called as rate of interest. If They have charged rate of interest 5, means for every 100 rupees, you have to pay extra amount of 5 rupees for per year. It is calculated for 1 year and it is expressed in percentage. Percentage means what? The number compared with 100. Then of course rate of interest is compared with per 100 rupees. So of course it is expressed in percentage. Now the rate of interest is for given period of time. As I told you, if the principal increases, the interest increases. If the principal decreases, the interest decreases. But for the given period of time, the rate of interest is fixed for the time is fixed. While repaying the amount, the time is given that within such allotted time, you have to repay the amount. So it is calculated according to per year and according to given period of time, and it is expressed in TCPA. So every time whenever you are going to write rate of interest, first it will be expressed in percentage and then PA, percent. P means per, C means cent, percent, per annum. Per means each, per cent means each 100, per 100, and per annum means each year, per year. Annual means annually, yearly. So rate of interest is expressed in P, C, P, A. P means per, C means cent, P means per, and A means annual. Percent per annum. So rate of interest is expressed in PCPA. Next, amount. So what do you mean by amount? What amount you are going to repay when you are going to return it back, or the money you have deposited in the bank? Do we get the same amount from the bank again when we are withdrawing? No, amount is equal to principal. Means principal means the amount, the money I have deposited or I have withdrawn, plus I'm going to get the interest, some extra, with some extra amount I will get, or while repaying some extra amount I have to repay. Means it is 100% sure the amount I have taken or amount I have deposited, the same uh, I'm not going to return it back. I will return it back with the interest, with the extra money. So amount is equal to principal plus extra charge. That extra charge is called as interest. Now, simple interest. Now let's see some real life examples how this rate of interest is calculated, how the amount is calculated. Now see here. At rate of 10 PCPA. Rate of 10 PCPA means per cent per annum. So per 100 rupees, you have been charged 10 rupees. What would be the interest for 1 year on rupees 6,000? So here, my dear students, we have to solve this sum. That if I'm taking 6,000 rupees from the bank at rate of 10 PCPA, means per 100 rupees, I'm get extra, I have to pay 10 rupees. So how much extra I have to pay while returning back my money? So let's find the solution. Here, principal is equal to 6,000. So here we have to understand that the amount I have borrowed is called as principal. So principal here is 6,000. What is the time given? Simple interest. Now here we are going to calculate according to 1 year only. So the time I have given is 1 year, and the principal means amount I have taken is 6,000, and the rate of interest is 10 PCPA, means per 100 rupees I have to pay extra 10 rupees. Now here, my dear students, if principal increases, interest also increases. Means the amount I have taken or amount I have deposited, then according to that, interest will also increase. Now, let the interest for 6,000 be X. The interest on rupees 100 is given to be rupees 10. See here, my dear student, just now I have told you that rate of interest is 10 PCPA, means 10% per annum. Means per 100 rupees, I have to pay 10 rupees, isn't it? So what is the interest for 6,000? So let's consider it as a X. As we have learned in the lesson equation, the term we don't know, we express it in the X so that it will be easy for us to find. Now we will obtain an equation. So how we are going to obtain an equation? So if principal increases, interest increases, means here in this way, X upon 6,000. X is here is X is what? Interest. So interest upon principal is equal to here 10 rupees interest and upon 100 rupees principal. So we have compared like this. X upon 6,000 is equal to 10 upon 100. Now here, my dear students, with variable X, there is 6,000. So that means I have to remove this 6,000. So how can I remove? Here is the solution, that I will multiply 6,000 to both the sides. If we are multiplying the same number to the both the sides, it will get cancelled automatically, that we have learned in the lesson of equation. So here we have multiplied both the sides by 6,000. So here we get 6,000, 6,000 gets cancelled, 0, 0 gets cancelled. So here 600 is left. X is equal to 600. That means what? Interest we got is 600. So the yearly interest would be rupees 600. Here, my dear friends, try to understand the concept that this here we have calculated how to calculate interest if rate of interest and year is given and principal is given. Let's try to find out the other problem, other solution. Here, Mahesh deposited rupees 8650, means 8,650 rupees in a bank. See here, Mahesh has some account in the bank, so he deposited 8,650 rupees in a bank at the rate of 6 PCPA. Here he has got the rate of interest is what? 6 PCPA. Means rate of interest here is 6 PCPA. Means for every 100 rupees, he is going to get extra amount of 6 rupees here. But how much money will he get at the end of the year? That means we have to calculate the amount he has deposited, 8,650. But will he get the same amount back? No, definitely he'll get some extra amount. So we have to find out what extra amount he is going to get and total the amount he is going to get. Now let's proceed. Solution. First we will write the principal. Principal here is what? Amount he has deposited 8,650. Time, definitely for 1 year we are going to calculate. Rate of interest here is 6 PCPA, per cent per annum. Means per 100 rupees, he is going to get profit of 6 rupees. So imagine for 8,650, what extra amount he will get. And total principal plus interest, what he is going to get. Surely, if principal increases, interest also increases. So let's form an equation. Just now we have seen how to form equation. Let the interest on rupees 8,650 be X. As we saw, the rate of interest per 100 rupees is 6 rupees. But for 8,650, let's find that. So here same equation we have seen. X means here interest upon principal is equal to interest upon principal. X upon 8650 is equal to 6 upon 100. But here I want to calculate the value of X. So here I want to cancel or remove 8650. That means I'm going to calculate, I'm going to multiply the same number to both the sides so that it will make no here. So I have multiplied both the sides by 8650. So it will not make any changes if we say, multiply the same number to the both the sides, and also we can calculate the value of X. So after calculation, we will get that same numbers gets cancelled, and after calculation, X is equal to 519. So here I have got X means what? Interest. So extra, Mahesh is going to get extra amount 519. 519 he is going to get back. So, but my question is, how much money will he get at the end of the year? He has deposited 8,650, but extra what amount and plus what total he is going to get, extra amount he is going to get, that is 519. But what amount he is going to get? Amount is equal to principal plus interest, that is 8650 he has deposited, and plus extra amount, that is 519. Adding both the numbers, that is principal plus interest, we get the total amount, that is rupees 9,169. See, after 1 year, Mahesh will get 9,169 at the end of the year. So here, I hope students you might have understood. So let's begin with our evaluation session. What are the types of bank account? Can anyone tell me? What are the types of bank accounts?
Current account, saving account,
Yes, very good. So, saving account, current
Fixed-
account,
fixed
Deposit
deposit account,
account, recurring or deposit account.
very good. Keep it up. That means you have understood the concept. Saving account, current account, fixed deposit account, and recurring deposit account. Very good, my dear. Now, what is the full form of PCPA? Yes,
per
yes,
common,
hmm,
per common, per
hmm.
annum, per common,
Very good,
per annum.
very good, very good. Keep it up, better keep it up. So, full form of PCPA is percentage, percent per
Percentage,
annum. Very good. Full form of PCPA is percent per annum. That means you have understood. Next, what does the principal mean? Can anyone tell me what do you mean by principal? Yes. Yes, at least you can try. Yes. At least some words that you know about principal. Okay, I'll tell you. What do you mean by principal? Principal means money that we have borrowed or invested is called as principal.
principal,
Next, what is the full form of ATM? Can anyone tell me what is the full form of ATM?
automatic teller machine, ATM का
Very good. Keep it up, my dear. So, the full form of ATM is automated teller machine. That's very nice. So thank you, my dear students. I hope everyone have understood the concepts of banks and simple interest. So thank you, my dear students.